I feel like knowing someone's love language can be helpful. Wow, very natural segue. But yes, I feel like love languages can be helpful to know because I want to know the ways that you can feel the most loved and cared for, right? Because believe it or not, guys, I'm quote unquote trying to get back into my dating era, which the whole crowd gasped. The gasp that I just gusped. So it can just be like a good source of conversation because let's face it, there's typically gonna be awkward silences during first dates. So if there's kind of a lull in the conversation, you can just whip it out of your back pocket like it's some sort of last resort, you know? Like, I can't help it. The conversation's going slow. I have to pull it out. What's your love language? So, how's your relationship with your parents? They're dead. To me. Right. Right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Be safe. Go piss, girl. Sorry, it's an instinct. Code red, I am calling a code red. Code red! What? Okay, she just got up to go to the bathroom. I need help! Already? It's only been 20 minutes. I didn't hire you through the dark web to judge me, okay? I hired you so that you could help guide me through this date. I mean, it's just, how did you run out of things to say already? God damn. I don't know, okay? I don't know. She just pulled out her phone in the middle of the date and started texting, and now she's— Hang on. She took out her phone and started texting and then went to the bathroom? Yes. God damn it, that was probably an SOS text to her friend. Oh, God. Likelihood of a second date already dropped to 3% within these 20 minutes. That is a record-breaking feat. Jesus. I didn't want to have to pull out the big gun so early, but it seems like you need it. You gotta ask what her love language is. What? Her love language! Ask about her love language, goddammit! Oh, hi. That was fast. You're a quick shitter. It's really dirty in there. Or pisser. I don't know what you were doing in there. So what's your love language? That's a good question. Great. Conversation is rebooting. Baddie fumble avoid. But when it comes to love languages, something that's important to note is that everyone generally needs some degree of all the love languages. It's not like you can only pick one, right? You know, it's not like, I can either hold your hand or I can get you the Tiffany necklace, okay? What do I look like to you? The goddamn love language factory? And here's the thing, maybe you should be. Chapman suggests that people typically use all the love languages, but most people tend to rely on only one love language most of the time. This is referred to as a person's primary love language. And honestly, I feel like I might have multiple primary love languages. Maybe I'm just a big greedy ass. I feel like I personally would not want to be in a relationship that completely omits any of the love languages. While we should attempt to provide for our partners in a well-rounded way, we should also note which love language they care about the most because it probably would play into compatibility. And mind you, I'm no relationship expert. I kind of just think this is common sense. I am just a mere mortal girl with opinions that I'm sharing that a lot of you probably share. Sometimes I feel like these types of videos, like, I think it's kind of just like an echo chamber of like me just saying things that most of my audience already agrees with, you know what I mean? Some people say that my videos are video essays. I really don't think I've earned that title. I think that leans more into like education. I don't think I'm educating anyone. I think that I'm just talking and I enjoy writing skits and being silly as they call it, of the goose variety. Like, I don't think I ever say anything that's particularly profound. But nevertheless, to get back on the point, exactly, and this is another thing, like, I don't think video essayists, like, just yap around like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm breaking boundaries, I'm just a whole new genre. But the point is that I think if two people's primary love languages don't match up, that there needs to be a little bit of communication so that way everyone feels seen and heard and cared for. For example, if one person expresses affection through physical touch, but the other partner is not a touchy person, or if someone expresses affection through acts of service, but their partner is, very independent and likes to do things themselves, these all might be points of contention. I knew a couple where the one partner was very acts of service oriented, so they would do certain gestures or plan certain surprises and things like that, but the other partner, while those are all nice things, don't like to be thrown out of their routine and would actually stress them out, So while people have a certain instinct when it comes to expressing love and affection, you also have to take a step back and think to yourself, well, is this something my partner would even want? People always say that love is about compromise and understanding, right? And I think that when you have two people who their love languages aren't necessarily matching up, compromise can come in then, right? Kind of making a little adjustments so you can better accommodate, right, and optimally care for your partner. And I'm not saying that you should just completely change yourself 180, because then that's when obviously you can have a little bit of resentment in either party, honestly. And that's not good. That's not good. I guess, you just have to make sure you find that balance so more issues don't arise. So I just feel like gifts are one of my primary love languages. Yeah, I know. Do you? Yeah, I'm cognitively aware of it. Okay, well, I guess I'm just trying to say that I don't really feel cared for in that way. What do you mean? Well, for example, my birthday was last week, and all you got me was a DM on Instagram that was an audio message of you saying, "Today is a gift, that's why they call it the present." Yeah, it's from Kung Fu Panda. You didn't even make it up? You honestly think I came up with that? It sounds like something an isolated monk would carve into a tree and it would be found decades later. All right, whatever. My point is that I want you to make more efforts into fulfilling my... Are you on your phone right now? I just bought you Delta Airlines. What? It was the most expensive thing I could find. I don't want Delta Airlines! I'm confused, okay? I thought that your love language was gifts, so I bought you something really expensive. I don't want something expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive, okay? I just want flowers or a letter or something. Oh. Well, I don't have a gift receipt, so you may have to hop on some meetings today. For me personally, I think my love languages are physical touch and words of affirmation. But I kind of teeter back and forth on the words of affirmation because they could just be lying. But I also think that I'm kind of cheating in my mindset, because when I think about one of the reasons my love language is physical touch is because, number one, I like physical touch. But also I figure that if I'm getting physical touch, that means we're getting quality time. So I kind of combine them in my head, because it's like, well, baby, I'm not getting the touch if we're not together in the same room, right? But I think that's a cheating mindset. I don't know. In my head, it's just like killing two birds with one stone. Killing two gays with one tote bag. But as a fellow physical touch person, I wanted to touch on some stereotypes when it comes to people with a love language of physical touch, specifically men. There's this phenomenon and almost running joke that all men's love language is physical touch.
I saw TikTok, this girl said, men love asking, what's your love language? So they can be like, mine's physical touch. And she's so right.
People attribute this to the observation that men are simply more sex-craving creatures and are just hardwired to desire sex and all of these things compared to women, which, let's face it, that's not true. Women are also want sex, but we're just a lot better at suppressing it, and frankly, we're not quite as gross about it, I would say sometimes. Because, you know what? Some of the horniest people I know are women. Okay, I know a lot of women, and trust me, a lot of them are horny. When a man says that their love language is physical touch, I think a lot of times people just automatically assume, well, yeah, duh, yours is physical touch because you're a sex-driven maniac. When a man says that their love language is physical touch, I feel like this is how a lot of people receive that information.
So, what's your love language?
I think physical touch.
Yo! What the fuck? Me too! Cool. So can I squeeze a tit, or?
What? I'm gonna read a few comments under threads discussing men's